Hello and welcome. In this video, we will learn about methods. Alright? Methods are also called as functions. Now these methods or functions are discrete units of codes. They enable us to break up a large program into small pieces. Alright? Now when you are working on a project, the project may have hundreds or thousands of lines. When the program becomes bigger, it becomes difficult to understand it and maintain it. And so we use functions to break the large program into small pieces. Alright? Now, up until now, we were writing our program in main method. Okay? So this is a method. Main is a method. So this is required and this is executed first. Okay? So I'll explain about this. I told you that I'll be explaining about this when it matters. So now is not once again the time. So let us not worry about it. Now, just know that main is a method. Okay? Main is a method. So when I click on run button, I get hello as output. So whatever is inside this main method will be executed when I click on run. Okay. Now let me create one more method. To create one more method, I need public. Alright, this is required. Static and void. I'll tell you the meaning of this later. And here you can give any name to the method. Alright, just like you can give any name to the variables, you can give any name to a method too. So let me say sec method. Okay, second method. Alright, and we mention that it is a method by having two brackets. So one opening and one closing. So this is a method now. Alright, this is a method. And here we need to have curly brackets for the body. So whatever is written inside this will be the body of the method. Okay. So I have created a method here. And inside the curly braces will be the body of the method. Okay. Now here let me write system.out.println and here I'll write 24. Okay, 24. Now let me run it. And I get only hello. That is because only the main method is executed by default. Okay. So this is executed by default. You don't have to call it. Whenever you run the program, the main method gets executed by default. Alright. But other methods which are in the program, which are created by us, have to be called explicitly. Alright. We have to call it or we have to invoke it. That is what it is called. In a program, we call a method. So generally we call it from inside another method. Okay. So let me call it here. So to call it, we just have to say sec method and brackets. Alright, sec method and brackets. So this is how you call it. So let me run it. And you get hello and 24. Now let me explain. When the program runs, it searches for main method. Okay, it searches for main method. So main method has to be there compulsorily. So whatever is inside the main method will be executed now. So inside main method we have this. So hello is printed out. Okay, and after this the sixth line is executed. What is this sixth line? We are calling this method. What is this method? It is here. So it searches for sec method and it is available here, and whatever is inside the sec method is executed next. So 24 is executed next. Okay. Now let me have one more sentence. Let me copy this. And I'll say there. Okay, I'll say there here. Now when I run it, I get hello 24 and there. Now let me explain what is happening. So when the program runs, it searches for main method and it executes it first by default. Okay, we don't have to call this method like this. All right, so this is executed. So line number 5 is executed. So we have hello, and then in the next line we have called sec method. So the control goes to 10th line. This is executed. 24 is executed. So after this, it is end now. It goes back to this line, 7th line, or whatever is after the method. So 7th line, and 7th line is executed, and we have there here. Alright, we have there here. So this is how we create a method. We use public static void and we mention the name of the method along with 2 brackets. Okay, so the curly braces and whatever is inside the curly braces form the body of the method. Alright, now you can call a method as many times as you want. So if I have sec method here, let me run it, and you can see we have hello 24 and there. And if I have one more here, we will have 3 24s and there. So you can call a method as many times as you want. Alright, next, let me delete this. Let me delete this. Yeah. Now, in the method that you create, we can do everything that we can do in the main method. Okay. So what did we do in the main method? We declared variables, correct? We had if conditions, we had for loops, while loops, and we created arrays also, correct? So anything that you can do in the main method can be done in the other methods too. Alright, so let me do that now. I'll say int and a equal to 23. Okay, int a equal to 23, and here I'll say a. Okay, so now let me run this, and you can see hello and 23 gets printed out. So hello from this method, and I've called the second method in the first method. So this is executed and this is printed out. So we have hello and 23. Okay, now I'll call this once again, and you can see we have hello 23 and 23. Alright, so we have called twice, and so it has come two times. Okay, now you must remember that every time a method is called, it starts fresh. Now here we have 23, here we have 23. Now the question that may come to you is whether there are duplicate copies of A. Okay, there are duplicate copies of A. No, duplicate copies of A will not be made. So when this is called once, it starts fresh. Okay, this will be executed fresh, and when this gets executed, it will be executed fresh. So there will not be two copies of A and 23. Alright, so you can have anything inside the second method that you had learnt for first method. Okay, now let me delete this and let me create one more method. Okay, so here let this be there, and I'll copy this entire thing, okay, just to save time, and I'll paste it here. Alright, and I'll say THIRD, third method. Okay, third method. And here let me say okay, just to show you the output, I'll have this. Okay, and I want to call this third method from second method. Okay, so I'll say THIRD method and brackets and like this. Alright, so now let us execute this and see what is happening. So I'll run it and you can see hello 23 there. So what has happened is, first main method is executed by default. You don't have to call it like this. Okay, so when this method gets executed, this is printed out and second method is called. So when second method is called, the control goes to this. Okay, so A is initialized as 23 and it is printed out. After that, third method is called. So when third method is called, this is executed and you have there. Okay, so here if I have one more line, let me have the end, and when I run it, we get the end at the end and not after hello. Okay, so even though hello and the end are in the same method, soon after this line we have called a method. So without executing this, the control from here goes to this. So whatever is inside the body will be executed. At the end of this we have third method. So third method will be executed, and after this the control goes to this line and this is printed out. Okay, so this is how methods work. There are many things that we need to learn about methods, but I think for this video this is enough. I want you to go out and practice by creating some methods, and I want you to create more than one method too. Alright, in the next video we'll learn how to pass values and return values. Alright, so I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.